All right, friends, let's knock the last few questions here out. It sure looks like those new points appear to lie on their own straight lines. It does, doesn't it? So let's go back to the Google Sheet. Here we are. So if you look, for example, let's look down here. From year 14 to 15, that's one calendar year, the kitty picked up 2 cat years. If you go from 14 to 18, that's 4 calendar years. And they picked up 8. That sure seems linear, doesn't it? If he picked up, or she picked up, 2 cat years in 1 calendar year, and they picked up 8 cat years in 4 calendar years, that sure seems like they're picking up 2 cat years every 1 calendar year. So this should be 76. This should be 78. That's already 80. And then this should be 82. And that, look at that. That's absolutely perfect. That literally falls in a perfectly straight line right as we go. And I think we're going to answer the next question here. That appears to be 2 cat years for every 1 calendar year, every 1 human year. Pretty cool. And you can see the difference in slopes, right? The ones back here up to age 14, from year 2 to 14, those slopes were 4 per 1. Once you get past 14, it switches to 2 per 1, less steep. We'll get back to that in a second. Dogs are a little bit trickier, but I think more fun too. From 14 to 15, dogs pick up 2.5 years. From 14 to 18, they pick up 10 years. Now that might not seem as obvious as the previous one, but it is, because they pick up 2.5 years. 2.5 dog years each calendar year. In case you don't feel like doing the decimals in your head, I'm going to do it this way. Equals that plus 2.5, and then I'm going to drag that formula down, and you're going to see what happens. Boop, boop. And there you saw the little dog years get added to the chart as well. And it's nice. Remember, the cat years don't magically appear out here at year 14 and 15. It's just that the dog and cat years are the same up to that point. All right, so we've got ourselves a nice filled-in chart. The lines are connected. I'm buying all this. What are the slopes of those lines? I think we just figured it out. For the cats, it is 2 cat years per 1 calendar year. And for the dogs, it is 2.5 dog years per 1 calendar year. It looks like the slopes you just got are less than any previous slopes you calculated. What must that mean about dog and cat aging after 14 years of age? I think it means they're still aging, but they're not aging as rapidly. As a matter of fact, they slow down pretty much throughout their lives. That first year, they pick up 15 equivalent cat years. Then it's 9, then it's 4, then it's 2 or 2.5. So they're aging, but they're aging more slowly. The whole idea of cat and dog years is to give pets kind of an equivalence in time, a temporal equivalence, so that you can look at an animal and be like, oh, that animal's in middle age, or that's an infant, or that's a teenager. So for example, in the beginning, when I looked at our kitty Ike, rest in peace, buddy, he was 16. Now, careful, 16-year-old gentleman Ike here, that was 16 calendar years. We got him as a 2-week-old kitten. He was a Farrell's baby, and he was so cute. And then this picture was taken 16 calendar years later. So technically speaking, he's not 16 cat years, he's 16 calendar years. So the question is, I call that 84 cat years. I don't think that's right. Let's go back to the Google Sheet. Because with 16 cat years should be 76. I was off by, what, 8 years. So where did I get the 84 from? I have no idea where I got the 84 from. Honestly, that was a couple of years ago. I don't remember. The point of the post, though, I think is still valid, in that he's a 16-year-old cat, and he still is able to catch a mouse. I can't catch mice with my hands, let alone my mouth. So anyway, point being, this was just a fun way of taking data and then looking at the models you can create from the data. And that's what we're going to be doing in these last labs and homeworks in this class. Formulas, I gave you formulas, and then we use the formulas to do stuff. But with modeling, we're going to be creating the formulas from the data. And that's where math really, really shines.